Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. Just a very quick one today to have a chat about next week's pre-orders after a really fantastic reveal last week at Warhammer Fest, as well as the slightly controversial release of Cursed City. It seems as though the vampires are coming to Age of Sigmar very strong and very fast. The Soulblight release seems set to be rising from the grave for pre-order next weekend, and as you can see, a huge amount of new and amazing looking models are coming alongside one of the coolest looking battle tomes I think we've ever seen, alongside a release of a load of the battle line options like the skeletons and the zombies, both of which are huge improvements on the old Warhammer Fantasy versions. And even if you have a load of these already, or perhaps have been using the mantic zombies for instance, I would highly recommend grabbing some of these just because I can imagine them being an absolute pleasure to paint and will look unbelievably cool on the tabletop. But in addition to that, we are also getting the Fellbats and the Blood Knights charging into our hands as well. And I, for one, have been waiting for Blood Knights for what seems like well over a decade, and these models have 100% been worth the wait. They just look unbelievably evil and murderous, and I honestly can't wait to get some to add to my as yet admittedly unstarted Age of Sigmar army, but which I will be starting very soon, I promise you, in time for the 3rd edition of Age of Sigmar releasing. Not only that, some of the lords and heroes of the Soulblight are also up for pre-order next weekend. And as you can see, not only is the Vampire Lord we saw a few weeks ago with the crazy cool hair becoming available, but also the new model of Lauka Vi, which we saw revealed last Monday at Warhammer Fest, will be there for you to pick up as well. And if you remember, she can also be built as a more generic Avengorii Lord, so whether you want the Mother of Nightmares or just another fantastic looking Vampire Lord to lead your forces, I also think this is a great model to pick up. As always, there is a set of War Scroll cards coming, which is handy, and I also want to do a special shout out to the Soulblight dice because honestly, I think these are some of the nicest dice I've seen for any faction release. And even if I wasn't planning on collecting this army, I feel like I might pick a few of them up just for the sheer cool factor that they have. I mean, I can't think of any other dice that GW have released that has a dragon as the 6. There's also some more Soulblight stuff coming up for pre-order in the form of a few new novels and short stories. And now, I don't know what they're about specifically, but based on the covers alone, I think I'll probably be grabbing these. And as I've said before, although I don't know much at the moment about Age of Sigmar on the lore front, I think this might be a good way to get a better understanding of the Soulblight faction, and in particular, a dynasty of monsters appears to be focused specifically on the new leader of the Avengorii, Lauka Vi. So if you have a love of Hero Hammer and enjoy learning about your favourite named characters, this may well be worth a go as well. There is also something else rather exciting coming up for pre-order next week, and that is White Dwarf issue 464. This goes up for pre-order on Saturday, and I imagine we will be seeing some pictures of the contents and articles in the not too distant future, maybe even over this next week. But this is of particular excitement for me because, like we've seen for the Tome Keepers and the Exorcists, we are getting a new Index, well, not Index Astartes, but Index Hereticus for the enemies of the Dark Angels, the Fallen. And as someone who loves Dark Angels and all of their lore and background, as well as the model for Cypher himself, I really want to see what kind of rules they get and if there's any new relics, stratagems, or ways to run them as an independent chaos force. The last thing I want to say about this preview for next week's pre-orders is that it still seems as though the Admech are being held up at customs. There is no sign that the Admech are going up for pre-order next week, so it looks like you are going to be waiting at least 2 more weeks before you may be able to get your hands on the Admech at the earliest, which I'll be honest, it's kind of surprising for me. I think I said in an earlier video I put my money on an April release for the Admech, and this was obviously pushed back, but it's looking as though maybe end of May, if not early June, maybe when we'll be seeing the Admech release, which is a really long time between 40k codexes. I think the Drukhari was that end of March? So it's been a heck of a long time between 40k codexes, and obviously we don't know the full details and the ins and outs of why it's been held up, but there is certainly something, it seems, stopping them from releasing the Admech Codex as fast as they would presumably like to. But that is it for today. There are a few other things on the Sunday article, but I just wanted to touch on the things that I'm personally looking forward to. I'll leave the link to it below so you can go have a closer look and read some more about what is going up for pre-order next week. But let me know what you are looking forward to the most. Are you looking forward to the Soulblight vampires, or is there something else in the article which is really tickling your fancy? As always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me. I really do appreciate it. But until next time, I will catch you later, guys.